I think I agree with you on all those points. I think the one good thing that they have about it is it does kind of allow them to have a strong dual lane support with the Weaver. He can try to zone Slaughter with Thrower at least.
Boots whatever he wants to go for. Just getting that early range ops makes a big difference when you suddenly have 150 gold that you otherwise wouldn't normally get.
I'm going to make a bit of a go here on the mid lane. Sentry's down, so Jabz will see this coming, but it's questionable how much he can do in reaction there. RTP's coming through, the rest of the team trying to turn up and help him out. Jabz will be dropped though. First blood picked up by XZ. He's trying to get himself out as well on the Ricky. Jumps across. The bug is on him though. He's not going to be able to get it off in time. XZ will fall in return. Victoria also taken down as well as XY, able to clean up a double kill in return for the fact that LGD did find that first blood. But at the end of the day, so already reaching on to level 4, has a nice chunk of money on top of the Blightstone.
He needs to do well too, because
yeah.
Deuce is going to have a lot of time where she needs to catch up. She's struggling on CS, so that's a big problem for them.
Top lane Black in a bit of trouble here, actually getting the wraparound, and Arme jumping in with Jixing. They've found one. Can they actually get a second? That's the question. Actually, in fact, yeah, Jikuchi's still on cooldown, of course, just level 1. So they will pick up both the kills that LGD, sending 4 up to the top lane and crushing the safe lane of Faceless. A lot of ways they can catch them themselves. I mean, if maybe he's able to come in and set up with an Astral, there's potential for a kill here, maybe. With Invis Rune, being able to close the gap very nicely. That's going to allow Jixing to come in with the follow-up crush. Have they got the damage to bring him down, though? The Firefly ending, that'll do it. Beautiful timing there from LGD, realizing that the Firefly was coming to the end, striking at the opportune moment, and taking down iceiceice.
Reliably get farm, but Jabz just has been forced back into the jungle. He can't lane against the OD right now, and this is a big concern for Faceless.
Down bottom, XY coming to interrupt this, but they've got eyes on him here, and XY is in a lot of trouble. He's taken down for that play. iceiceice has come in with the lasso, trying to do something about Jixing, who's desperately getting himself away with the stick charges in the backup of Victoria. Jixing should be fine. Oh boy, he messes up. He goes back into the Firefly. Bit of a misplay there from the Slardar, costing him his life. LGD are making sure that they could try and find the favorable trade, but iceiceice, he seems to be outplaying them. He's got a double kill. Arme falling low as well in the Firefly, will jump across and finally finish off iceiceice. But a little bit of a mess there from LGD as they lose 2 heroes' lives in the attempt to take down iceiceice. But indeed, LGD very much looking to fight here, NutZ. He'll show himself.
Yeah, he'll scout him out. That sentry ward will see the Ricky as well. Puts down, there we go, sentry on both sides.
Now he's going to make it go in onto the Ogre with the amplified damage. As tanky as he is, he's still almost certainly going to melt. That Astral will finish him off. Hold from the Ricky here as they hold their position in the midst of it all, but they're looking to surround the Slardar. Jixing will be taken down in return. Jabz is actually going to be able to find XZ as well as he turns up to the fight to back up the rest of his side of Faceless. And they will take the trade. A 2 for 1. iceiceice jumping forward. Bit of a missed time there with the Astral and the Blink, and LGD kind of falling into disarray around this fight, backing off. Not wanting to get too close. And, oh, okay. Well, XZ's made quick work off. He does Shikuchi up to the high ground, but they have a sentry there ready and waiting for him, and a quick crit from Arme will finish off the old bug.
The main thing is not losing it, since there's going to be that's a big gold swing if you buy the gem and give it to the other team, and they can get huge value out of it.
Yeah, and they're back into the pit here, Faceless, trying to finish this one off. They've got to be careful. Jixing has got the blink of the crush. Jumps to get the 2-man crush off. Immediately responds to iceiceice with the lasso, but it's taken off. Victoria with a false promise onto XZ. Jixing trying to get himself out. The damage from the drought looks to be nearly too much. He's kept alive. Then the Fates stopping the damage. He survives, and his Faceless losing 3 as maybe is turned up and absolutely pounding them to pieces. They've got the Astral onto iceiceice. He's stuck in the cloud. Double kill for maybe as LGD take down 4 and move back into the pit. And some very, very nice play there from Victoria, keeping both Jixing and XZ alive with that Oracle performance.
It bursts his PA because she has great burst damage potential, but if you ignore the OD, he starts stacking up the stolen int in a fight. That Sandy's Eclipse is just going to win you the game.
Top lane, XZ scouting out. He's down. XZ versus X1.
Scaling more levels, more guaranteed farm as the game goes on. And it doesn't feel like LG under a huge amount of pressure.
iceiceice there coming in with a bit of an ambitious blink just to clear the wave, and immediately LGD pounced on him in return. That was a bit of a strange blink forward there from us.
Yep. That's really the big team fight ultimate of Faceless. With no stone gaze, they're like, sweet, let's go. This is really a good time to take a free tower. Then they fall back and defend the tower.
That's why. He has been spotted out here. That Astral, yeah, beautifully done there by maybe the Astral caught him mid-time lapse animation. Dog goes splat and maybe just continues to have this pretty much flawless game. 4-0-5, insane level of farm here to have a 27 minutes in. And well, mid lane LGD, making sure the pain doesn't stop for Faceless. A quick jump in And Faceless have to be careful now.
Faceless are looking to just play for that late game. They'll be able to defend their high ground pretty well. With the Medusa on the front lines with Stone Gaze, iceiceice once he gets a 4-star, he's getting picked off though for now. He needs that 4-star.
XZ jumping in.
By the 4-star.
Jixing is
had
there
the money.
to back up.
Yeah, the Firefly gave him the money for it, but didn't manage to buy it in time.
Oh, maybe
Black's turning it around though.
Yeah, he should be able to get Jixing actually by the oh no, the smoke screen.
Oh.
JK, don't have detection though for Black. Black will be able to Shadow Blade as well. Jabz going for the Stone Gaze, TP out. He will make it.
I think XY really wants to finish the Ag Scepter on Weaver. That's going to be his kind of game-changing item. He's got the Ogre Club. I just don't see a BKB really making that big a difference as much as it's a nice item against an OD.
iceiceice getting a good grab here onto Arme. Let's see if they've got the damage to bring him down. They'll have to do it twice, of course. He's already down to half health, but Victoria's there in the neighborhood. And as we're seeing, just
doesn't even need the false promise.
Yeah, the damage is not there. And in fact, they want to jump back in. On the side of it, they found Black. Black immediately initiated on the Sanity Eclipse coming through. XY out of mana, has to get himself away from this fight. They've lost one. NutZ is trying for the TP out. It's not going to be successful as I, with the crit, chops him down.
Yeah.
iceiceice maybe seeing if he can get a jump in lasso. Back off cooldown. If he can start the fight here with something big, it'd be pretty absolutely paramount for them to get a defense. There's the jump in, it's a good one. They grab the Oracle, but immediately Arme's there to back the Oracle. Jumps in, chops him down. The Riki coming through as well, forcing FL to split. Arme jumping forward, looking for XY. He's trying to get more out of this for the turnaround. Potentially there for Faceless as they turn, take their attention towards Arme, bring him down once. And they bring him down a second time, that's the question, and the answer probably is not. And maybe to get XZ though, false promise for Victoria. They're in time with the urn. On and the heal should be enough. He blinks away. Jabz moving forward with the Stone Gate, trying to catch some more stragglers of LGD. It looks like their heals weren't enough at the end of the day for XZ. Riki to fall. XY continuing to chase down, looking for Victoria. Arme still in the neighborhood. XY, he can play around with this. Has a time lapse as well. Oh, Arme jumps in with the bash, but he did cast Shikuchi off in time. Only getting bashed up there in the fade time.
Now playing that LGD role where it's defending your high ground for as long as possible in the hopes that your carries can those late game core items they need.
But talking about carries and late games, Jabz is getting absolutely hammered on by maybe. Black will turn up and actually looking to turn, but Jixing's there, jumps in with the man crush. iceiceice turning up as well. And it's a bit of a full scale fight though as Arme continues to focus his attention towards Jabz. Jabz falling low. Actually, Jabz survived the last bit of time, finally goes down there as Arme jumps forward, and now Black and iceiceice potentially in trouble as well. Black trying to get himself out into the safety of the trees. They're not safe at all as LGD move in, claim a second.
Yeah, it's just LGD bringing the numbers they needed. Oracle shows up in time to help the OD out, and that short cooldown on Astral, allowing them to have the uptime they needed. Faceless couldn't bring in the numbers. They didn't have the damage to burst down the OD in the lasso. The false promise was actually on cooldown, but didn't really matter.
And just pick after pick for LGD. XE.
Weaver hasn't been able to finish an item either, so suddenly LGD, this time around, they will break through the high ground. They will get the melee racks in.
They need something big here, Faceless. And it's going to be so hard as well. Maybe he's just picked up a full AC. He's got so much armor.
Yeah. That's absolutely absurd. He recognizes the threat. The only way he dies is physical damage.
One Jixing following through again. XE's jumping. They get the two-man crush. Jabz will move forward with the Stone Gaze. LGD back up for the time being. They get a good burst onto XZ. Take down one. Arme and the daggers again will blink forward onto NutZ. Jixing again coming in on the top with a two-man crush. iceiceice will have the lasso onto maybe, but Victoria's there with the false promise, saving him. iceiceice taken down. It's a painful trip back to base as Faceless again losing 3. Will be back up again by the looks of it for one more fight, but they've already lost the full set of racks up top. It looks like they will lose the mid one as well. And potentially one more fight in it for them, but not if they lose the Medusa like this. They immediately jump in for Jixing. Arme, the Sanity's Eclipse from maybe, hammering down onto Faceless' heads.
Jabz just could never finish his core items. He ends the game with 4k gold, but he has Lincoln's Yasha at 35 minutes in. That's not going to cut it. Obviously, he could have had like the Manta style or
Duel's very good against it, that's the downside. Legion's really good against Slark in that way, but if Slark is ganking other heroes, it's fantastic.
Hey.
Oh,
there you go. Twitter question
another
asker. SF picked not only previously, but also in this game for you.
Well, lane again, iceiceice comes in with the purification and such, and this is, it's not stopping Arme farming, that's the main thing here. And well, top lane, yeah, there we have it, that is your first blood. Bit of an underestimate there, the damage, the nuke damage that Jixing can get out with that.
but this style is something we're seeing a lot from the Chinese team.
Up top, Legion is now without the IO. Jixing
Yeah, they want to try and take advantage of that.
can actually take him down. He's got 1 point in the heel. Will it be enough? Ready to jump forward from Black. Jixing being brought low as the stick charges. Tries to run away with the bonus movement speed. The fair fire as well. Is it enough? No, it's not. Not quite enough to keep him alive there. So Faceless will find themselves their first kill on the board.
Spell that helps you farm faster, the Moonglaive. So yeah, it's a really smart build coming out from Arme, and I think LGD can just tell by the feel of this game. They're winning the farm.
And top lane immediately onto Black. They drop the rock down as well. LGD there in full force. iceiceice is TP'd across, trying to do something about this one. Jabz standing up to the fight as well. Have to be a little bit careful though, Faceless. Let's see if they are actually able to punch back.
Overwhelming odds. That'll catch both heroes.
So let's push onwards from LGD. I mean, very hard for Faceless to stop. Jabz is going to come back across, so spot out Victoria. Jixing has the duel. We'll see if he's able to use it. Good raises here from Maybe, getting massive amounts of damage out onto Faceless. Then forced back. Jixing finds the duel on the perfect target, gets the Omni Knight. iceiceice is down. They move in for more, taking down Jabz. NutZ hiding himself in the trees. Maybe he's searching for him with these raises. The balls flying just above the NutZ. But oh, no, there's contact.
Oh.
They get another. I mean, this is already looking.
Will force a very bad fight. I just don't see it. The ideal way to take the fight is you've got to burst that wall or take the rock out of the picture, but to do so you're fighting into an Eclipse, into a Requiem, and Luna's about to be
and Jixing immediately jumps in, looking for the duel onto the OD. There comes the Golem as well on the backline of it all with the Eclipse. OD is able to force himself away and survive. I'll turn attention towards iceiceice. Excellent. We'll have a nice blast back. And Black even wants to try and back in on this one. Closes down so maybe revving up the old Black, taking a huge amount of damage, and he's dead. The Requiem and the raise to the base, bringing down Black, punishing his over-aggression there and his hunger to get stuck back in.
Things where it's like, well, we've got to fight now or we don't fight at all, and well, now you force the fight, you lose it, suddenly you're losing a lane of racks, and dare I say it, it's GG right about now, as Faceless are going to have Lunar Glaives bouncing all around their base. They'll lose a lane of racks in 20 minutes in, and the comeback potential for this lineup is almost non-existent.
Jixing just jumping in, duel after duel.
Yeah.
And it's more bonus damage in the pocket for him, plus 34.
Fall back. They did this without Roche.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I mean, they can, yeah.
Duel and Faceless are in all sorts of trouble.
Jixing in the trees, ready for the jump through, and immediately is there. On to the Keeper of the Light. There'll be a 5 left to try and slow down the onslaught, but that's not going to save the Coral. Jixing getting the bonus damage. 2 heroes to fall on Faceless, opening up potential for LGD to take a tier 2 and almost certainly move in for more. There'll be a buyback from the Coral.
See what's there, because he knows he's got backup from an IO, from a Warlock Rock. Just went in blind, good play, good calling from the team, backing each other up. LGD have got their second lane of racks now.
Jabz trying to do his best to stop this, but maybe immediately coming forward, and just the damage he's pounding out with the Diffusal Blade. Not a lot that iceiceice do to hold back what the Shadow Fiend is enforcing on FL.
More wards, they are looking to guarantee the win.
Black scouring things out here with the Shadow Blade, but I mean, can he really do something? He's looking towards trying to jump onto Victoria, immediately focusing down the IO, pops the Shadow Dance, tries to finish him off and will get the kill, but immediately on the back lines, the duel for Jixing is there onto Jabz. They've lost the OD, iceiceice will go for the repel, GA and TD will make it away.
Those kind of trades where you trade a core for a support aren't really that valuable. If you trade a core for a core, that's actually okay for Faceless because you get so much gold for it. They'd probably get like 1,500 gold, maybe even 2k gold for killing this Luna or SF because of how far ahead they are.
You've got Jixing actually looking towards Black and
by himself, yeah. Why
Black,
not?
he nearly survives with the Shadow Dance, but Victoria just relocates him with the balls and he just disappears. Maybe gets off the Requiem, will be popped by the Sanity's Eclipse. Jixing jumping in, trying to finish off Jabz, actually gets relocated out, and that's going to mean they can't quite finish off the kill on the OD.
Very big problem for them, but I like this smoke move. They're going out there like we're 5v4. Are we ever going to have a better chance? Probably not. Let's go now. Let's go fast.
Let's see what they can find here. Black leading the way, repelled up. Arme coming in with a man to start the Eclipse as well. NutZ pops there to the beams flying down from the skies. iceiceice to be dropped as well. Black was able to finish off the Warlock on the back lines of it all. Jixing setting up with the BKB, looking towards Jabz. Isn't actually going to go for that as Arme turns his attention towards Black at the slot. Black has the Shadow Dance. Arme being brought down low. Jabz is going to get dropped though. Arme survives. Victoria turns up in time to top the Luna back up. Black's on his way back to base, but the rest of his teammates are down. Black do anything here on his own. He doesn't have the shadow dance. He will jump in for a couple of touches on Arme. Or the evasion and the armor he's got because of the agi. It's all too much for Faceless. GG is called. LGD turning up today, showing us a very, very strong performance. A lot of people anticipated this team coming in at last minute.